What up guys, today I'm going to talk about a product that I really like, that I use on a daily basis, that was sent to me, so there's that, but that doesn't change the fact that I would buy it and I'm glad that I have it. And that is the Dango Maverick 1 wallet. So, I basically just want to talk about how this has helped me on the day-to-day basis, the benefits of it, and basically why this is better than my old situation. I'm not gonna lie, I was one of those guys who carried a leather wallet that was, you know, that fat with, you know, business cards, credit cards, whatever, stickers, fucking whatever the fuck, receipts that just built up over time. And I know personally from having a fitness background that you can't have that kind of thing like in your back pocket, because it'll like cause back issues and do things down the line that are negative for your back. But I also knew I couldn't keep a wallet like that in my front pocket because I would just look stupid having this big clunky thing in my front pocket. So I'd always end up in a jacket, and I'd always end up like leaving it in my car or something like that because of that. So having this wallet has benefited me a lot, simply in the fact that it's very streamlined. So let me see if I can get that in focus. That's pretty thin. This is how big it is in comparison to my hand. I pretty much put it in my front pocket of my jacket, in my butt pocket, unless I'm driving, and if I need to put it in my front pocket, if I feel like, you know, I'm in an area where maybe I might get pickpocketed or something like that, then I can slide it into my front pocket without messing up anything. And I carry, you know, a handheld flashlight, and it still is able to fit in there without messing up the fact that I carry this Theorem mod light. They actually sent this to me because I guess they followed my page, and that's awesome. But I already knew about them, and I had just been lagging on buying like their EDC tray and stuff like that. I've seen them around before, and Gunco is actually a fan of their products too, so I just personally was lagging on getting one myself. I'm lucky enough that they were like, hey, we want you to try one and see what you think. And that's awesome. I'm glad that they did. If you can't tell, I've had this now for, I don't know, like 8-9 months. Hopefully you can see here that there's a lot of wear. I've done a lot of stuff with this. I think this side has more. Yeah. So anyways, yeah, I've ran through it a lot. I mean, look, it's a wallet. There's only so many things you can do to test a wallet, but I do have a few experiences that I want to share on why I think this is a benefit to you. First of all, let's just talk about the wallet's construction. It's got leather, right? I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh my god, this is like Louis Vuitton or whatever. It does the job for me. Like I said, I've had it for like 8 months, I think, and nothing is like bursted at the seams or anything like that. I keep cards in here like this. It's got this little rubber band thing. Pretty much I keep credit cards in this one. I might have a couple in this one. So I'll pull those cards out, and then inside of it, you have this little divider. And then behind the divider is this multi-tool type thing. So this multi-tool has a bunch of different stuff on it. It's got like this wedge to pry things. It's got a little saw. It's got a seatbelt cutter. It's got like a little hex tool right there for the end of flatheads. You know, if you use like a ratchet system screwdriver, then you know that's kind of what goes in there when you ratchet that. It's got a variety of things on here. Bottle opener. Being completely transparent, I've never actually had to use this because anytime I go to the range, I always have the right screwdrivers and things like that. But I will say I've gotten into any place that has metal detectors and stuff like that. I just bring this inside, not that I'm doing anything weird or mischievous, but it's nice to know that I can just bring my wallet inside and it has kind of like a, you know, a saw, a wedge, a seatbelt cutter, screwdrivers. It's like a multi-tool. It's pretty cool. This thing's never gotten me stopped, and you know, to a point where I like have to turn around or toss it or anything like that when I'm going into fucking Disneyland or some shit like that. But even though I've never really had to use that multi-tool, that doesn't change the fact that I don't want it and I don't appreciate it, right? So the outside has like this little ID thing right here. And then on the front side, it's got like a little business card holder where I keep my business cards. So that's pretty cool. It's really useful for me. Now I also have two things hanging off of it. That is this little lanyard with paracord. I know if you're into being prepped or whatever, it's nice to have paracord around, you know what that's for. It also has this little multi-tool. Let's see if I can't get that in focus. Where it's got like a Phillips head and a flat head and kind of like a little pry surface right there. Hopefully that was enough in focus. But there you go. But the reason why this is important to talk about for me is because testing this thing out, I had been like, oh, you know what, dude, I'm going to try and open a bottle with this thing, just because I was testing out the wallet that I'm supposed to test out, right? And then this right here, excuse me, where it kind of has a gap, that started kind of separating and bending open like that, right? Kind of started flexing. And you know, it's not very strong if it's flexing like that, and that's not something that I'd want to see in my functional multi-tool survival EDC tactical wallet, whatever you want to label this thing as, right? It is a $135 wallet, so I mean it's not like super expensive, but it's also not, you know, like a Kmart wallet. So that was a little bit concerning to me that I couldn't really like open a bottle or pry like a Coca-Cola bottle top off. But in that same in that same regard though, I actually had a situation where I had to use this Phillips head right here. I had to use it. And I was really glad that I had this little tab here. And the situation that I had to use it, I test holsters out all the time. This is one of the holsters that I've made, but this wasn't the holster I was testing. I was testing the T-Rex Arms sidecar with the tourniquet attachment, because I'm always trying to figure out like the best ways to carry EDC, best variations and things like that. And I really like that holster a lot. So I was running that one that day. And I had this in my pocket. I went to use the restroom, took this off, and then I noticed as soon as I took it off, I heard a screw fall on the ground. And right off the bat, I had looked, tried to figure out what happened with my holster. This is clear. So I had this in that holster, and I was like, okay, what happened? And all of a sudden I noticed I was missing one of these screws right here on the sidecar with the plastic clips, not the DCC clips. And I went on the ground and I picked it up. It was a screw that fits my holster. Now the issue here isn't that the screw had fallen off and I could just hand tighten it. The issue was, oh my God, I can no longer pull my Glock out of my holster. It was locked in there, and that's because the washer that is in the back side, on the inside of the holster, that receives the screw, that had got stuck in between my slide and my light. So where my slide, my frame, and my light meet, because this screw came loose, it was a newer holster. It was my first time ever running the holster. It wasn't even mine, it was a friend's holster. He didn't lock tight the screws, and yeah, apparently I didn't know that, and you're supposed to lock tight the screws on holsters, and that screw came in the backside, so essentially this thing was stuck. I had a loaded firearm stuck inside the holster, so basically it was useless to me. I didn't want to try and just rip it out with that, with the washer side stuck inside of, at that point I didn't know what, I was assuming it was my slide, but it was actually where the light meets the frame. So what did I do? I grabbed this right here. I grabbed that little, oops, see if I can, that Phillips head side right there. And I basically just broke down the entire holster, took all the screws out, opened it up like a taco, removed the loaded firearm, and then reconstructed it all with my Dango wallet screwdriver. Again, not a heavy duty screwdriver, but I was out and about, and if I did not have that, I had no idea what I was gonna do. I was gonna have a loaded firearm stuck inside of a holster, which is a really random situation to have, but these situations only happen when you actually run your shit. So my point is, I thought that was a really cool story. And a really good, useful reason to have a wallet that has all these little, you know, multi-tools and things of that nature. So, is this wallet changing my life? I mean, not massively. Like I said, it's more streamlined, so it's easier to carry every day in multiple different pockets. It doesn't bulge out of the front. It doesn't cause back pain. And like I said, ultimately I didn't pay for this wallet, but would I pay for this wallet? Yes. If it was on my mind to buy a new wallet, I would rather have this wallet than my previous wallets. There's other tactical EDC wallets out there. This is one of two that I've tried, and I like this one the most. Do I suggest you guys buy it? Yeah, I don't really have any issues or had any issues with it, other than the fact that, like I said, this little piece right here kind of started flexing when I tried to pry a bottle open. Other than that, it's done nothing but good for me. So I don't know, maybe give it a shot. I really like it a lot, and I have their EDC tray and a couple other things that I'm running with, and I'll report back with information on that stuff. But so far, Dango stuff has been all good with me and Gunco and all the people I know that run it. So go check it out.